haven't like been to our clinic since October.
I'm feeling all sorts of things.
What are your guesses on my lining today?
Just giving you a call with your results from today.
Do you think it's gonna be thick?
Thick like a biscuit.
My uterus is just such a different environment.
Let's go see Wanda.
It is the night before my lining check, my first lining check, but hopefully my only lining check for our second embryo transfer. And I'm feeling all sorts of things, like physically, but also emotionally. First of all, this scene by Rain Raider or something like that on YouTube. Are you kidding me? It's coming off a little bit gray on camera, but the cabinetry in the scene is like this dark green. It's snowing outside and there's a fire and it's like a library. It's my new favorite one. So physically, literally over this past weekend was, I think, 2 full weeks of estrogen, and that's the only thing I'm taking so far. And I was telling Jack, like, I wish that there were like physical signs that I could tell that my lining was getting thicker, kind of like how I can tell if I'm about to ovulate or during stims that I definitely have some follicles going on there. Like I can feel that physical pressure usually. But with a lining, I just feel like there's not really symptoms that I feel personally. And especially since I'm getting my lining checked this time, like a full week before I got it checked last time. Last time I was on estrogen for 3 whole weeks, and this time I'm just over 2 weeks that I'm getting it checked. So I was saying to him that I wish that there were like physical symptoms that I'm like, yes, this is actually a good time to get it checked. I feel that it's like in a good place, you know, because I just wasn't feeling anything. So that was literally over the weekend, and today is Monday, and literally I woke up today. I can't tell if I woke up because of the dull cramping or the dull cramping just happened to be as I was like coming out of sleep for the morning, you know, but it was definitely there. And I was like, oh my gosh, it literally felt like I was just about to start my period or it was coming in the next like couple days. It was very PMS-y type of dull cramping, but it lasts like a quick second, and then I'd feel another one like an hour later, and then I felt another one just now, you know. So I just really hope that tomorrow they're gonna be like, yep, you're all set to go, and then a week from tomorrow, if everything is set to go, that's when our transfer will happen, which is so crazy. So that's physically. I would add that symptom to my list so far. Definitely dull cramping the night before my lining check, which is exciting. But mentally, there are a few things. So I hope that my lining is ready to go tomorrow, because then a week out from tomorrow would be the transfer. But at the same time, I'm not going to be super worried that it's not ready, because I don't have a history of my lining not cooperating necessarily, which I'm super, super grateful for. Like anytime they would check my lining at any point, whether it's for an IUI or a transfer or anything in between, it always was in the place that they wanted it to be, so I wouldn't be super worried about that. It just might need a few more days or so, and we would just schedule another monitoring appointment accordingly. So I'm not worried about it, but I do hope, just because I want to do the transfer like as soon as possible, you know? But the other thing is I just feel like such a veteran, like just literally just my second transfer, but I feel like any new medical process or procedure that I've stumbled across in this journey, the first time I go through it, there's just a lot of anxiety, and it has everything to do with anxiety of the unknown. And even the second time doing it, the anxiety is like basically gone for me, except for like the painful stuff, you know. But for this, I just feel like I'm like, okay, we're back on the medicine. And before, it felt like I was on estrogen for years, like that's how it felt. And it definitely was longer, like it was like a full week longer. But this time also, I feel like we've been busier in a way, which is so nice. It's such a blessing. Like my friends coming into town this past weekend was just such a distraction, and I had such a like normal amount of fun with my friends, like just such a normal weekend. Got to show them Portland, got to eat good food. I haven't laughed that hard. My stomach, literally, I feel like I developed abs this weekend from how hard we were laughing. And I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is just super raspy from just all the yelling and laughing. It was just like so good for my soul. But then on top of that, I feel like every other weekend in January, we've like had some stuff to do, or my parents were in town, so we went out to dinner and things like that. It's just been not very stagnant. It's been cozy, but not stagnant. So I would say that this transfer has just been super chill. And I was just about to say compared to the last transfer, but I remember being surprised my first transfer at how chill a transfer cycle was compared to an egg retrieval cycle, because an egg retrieval cycle was all I knew. That IVF cycle part was all I knew. So it's definitely just as uneventful so far as the last one, but it feels like it went faster, and I feel like I know exactly what to expect with every step. And I'm just less anxious. I'm less anxious for the progesterone shots that we're going to be taking if everything goes well tomorrow. I'm less anxious for the procedure itself, although I will be taking Valium when I go in, because it's just anytime I go in and they're going through my cervix, if I have Valium on my side, I'm just less focused on any sort of pain that I might experience or might have experienced before, you know? But I just feel good. I feel good. I think I really do, just based on what I'm feeling. I do think that I'm going to be all set and ready to jet tomorrow. And as far as that difference in timing between getting my first monitoring appointment this time versus last time, like the full 3 weeks that was last time before I did my monitoring appointment, I just feel like there's a bunch of different things, even though we're doing kind of the same protocol just as far as the medication goes. I feel like there are just enough differences between last cycle and this cycle that I'm kind of excited that we're almost not doing the exact same thing that we did last time, because last time failed. There's no science necessarily behind me feeling better that we're doing something different. It's just that the thing that we did last time happened to not work. It's not that it wouldn't have worked if we did the exact same thing this time, you know, but this time I got a polypectomy and they took out a bunch of excess tissue. Like, my uterus is just such a different environment than it was the last transfer, and we'd also be doing it at just different timing than the last transfer. It would be sooner in my cycle rather than later like it was last time. There's just like those slight differences that I just feel better about switching it up, you know. I'm kind of just excited about that. So I don't know, guys, I'm trying to just go with the flow, and I feel like I've been doing a really good job of that. I just feel like that lucky girl syndrome is just like flowing with me, but I can't help but just acknowledge, like, I'm just excited to get my lining checked. I still want to just go with the flow, but at the same time I'm like excited for these things that just happen to just come so fast, I feel like. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning bright and early. Bobby's first ride to the clinic.
Bobby's first ride to the clinic.
Little does Bobby know he's gonna be the one carrying our baby home in 9-10 months, because everything always works out for us and we're so lucky.
Heck yeah.
We have such lucky girl syndrome.
I love how you include me.
Oh, baby.
So I love how you include me in lucky girl syndrome.
We have lucky girl syndrome.
I also love how it's like a syndrome. Like, it's negative, but
like,
positive.
we have it.
Yeah.
You know, like, we caught it.
It's so funny.
What are your guesses on my lining today? I have no idea, like, the size of it, or like the millimeters or the cent, like whatever they do.
Like a biscuit.
Do you think it's gonna be thick?
Thick like a biscuit.
And we're gonna start progesterone tomorrow?
I absolutely do think that.
Okay.
Like it works.
Oh, shnikes. Let's go, Bobby.
You ain't being late for this appointment. Today is going to be, this sounds like underwhelming, but it's going to be like any other day we've checked your lining, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think as well. I don't think I have a mask.
Oh, we'll ask them for one.
They have masks
They
in
have
there.
masks in there. Let's go get it done. Let's go see Wanda.
Let's go see Wanda. Take me to Dunkin'. What did you see?
I saw a 9 point something.
That's what I saw. I saw a 10 at first, though.
when she was going first. I saw like a 10 something, and then from another it was like a 9 something. I think they're gonna pull it. I think I'm gonna get a phone call and they're gonna be like, you can start your injections.
We're not gonna even be home and they're
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. My lining just always does its thing. My follicles were, you know, it's up in the air, but
you have lucky girl lining.
we have a lucky girl lining. It's so funny. The blood lady, she was like, really? You haven't been here since, oh yeah, I forgot. I think I haven't been here since October. I forget if I said that or not. But Jack and I realized, we were like, we haven't been to our actual clinic. Like, we've done a lot of stuff and had some delays and all of that, but we haven't like been to our clinic since October, which is crazy. And that was for the saline ultrasound, which then triggered the polypectomy and waiting and then having to, you know, all of that stuff. So the months go by really fast when you work in months, like 1 month at a time type of thing. My blood lady couldn't believe that she hadn't seen me since October. She was like, I feel like there's been like a time lapse or something.
Yeah, right.
But then my ultrasound lady was like, it's been a minute. She's so nice. It turns out she does a lot of work at my OB's office with my OB, actually, which is so cool. And she loves their facilities and all of that stuff. I feel like the universe keeps pushing me towards like staying with my OB after this, even though like for a minute I was thinking like I'm gonna go find somebody else, not for any like very serious reason particular to my OB, just like emotionally wanting like a fresh start after all of this stuff, you know. There's like a lot of mental that comes out of being in a clinic for so long, where you're so well taken care of and you forget how to function outside of like a fertility clinic in a medical setting, you know. But with the procedure that my OB did, she was just so incredible. And then again, happening to have my ultrasound tech also work specifically with my OB and love her so much and just love working over there. It's just like little nudges, you know. You can't ignore these things when they come up.
How are you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Good, thanks. Just giving you a call with your results from today. Is now an okay time?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, great. So based upon your testing, everything looks good for you to move forward with the transfer on Monday as planned. So that's great.
Yay. Okay, great.
So with that being said, you're going to continue on the oral estrogen, the 3 tablets twice a day.
Okay.
And then starting tomorrow morning, progesterone injection.
Okay.
And that's a 1 ml intramuscular injection, so it does go in your upper outer buttock.
Okay. Yep.
And you'll just want to start that between 6 and 8, taking it at a consistent time every day. And then you're going to get an email on Sunday with the specific time and instructions for your transfer on Monday, but I can say it will likely be sometime in the late morning.
Okay, got you. I'll look out for that email on Sunday.
And then after your transfer on Monday, you're going to come back in for a pregnancy test on February for a time that would work best for you that day.
Yeah, why don't we do somewhere around 8 a.m.?
I will put you in for 8 a.m. And you'll get this information in writing when you come in on Monday, but just find it's easier to schedule it while I have you on the phone now.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Any questions at all that you have?
No questions. And I already confirmed that the progesterone and oil video is still on Engaged MD, so I'll just take a look at that.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And just to confirm, it is 1 embryo we are transferring, and you'll be taking Valium prior to the transfer.
Yes, please.
All right, we'll take that into consideration, so we'll have you arrive a little bit earlier, on the earlier end from your transfer, just so we can give you the Valium and have time for it to kick in before your procedure.
Sounds great.
All right, Jumo, if you have any questions in between now and the time you get that email this weekend or on Monday, don't hesitate to reach back out.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
You're welcome. You too, thanks.
Bye-bye. Bobby!
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
We're transferring next week?
Oh, we're transferring.
So you get butt shots starting tomorrow?
You get to give me some butt shots.
I have to refer. Oh my gosh. No, bub.
We're having our embryo transfer on Monday.
I think this is the first one too. On Monday.
First embryo transfer?
No, this is our first embryo. Like
I think it is.
That we scooped out.
They're gonna decide like that day, but I think it is literally based on what our doctor said before. This is the fighter.
Oh my gosh.
This is the fighter.
That's Oh goodness.
It's gonna fight again. It's going to stick, and he's then they're gonna be there. They're gonna be in there.
It's got a little clean house to go into and all that stuff.
It's a different environment.
Are you stoked?
I love that everything just always works out for us. We're so lucky, and we have lucky girl syndrome. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Show them. We're done.
Wow, so tomorrow morning, literally, we start the butt shots. We watch a video.
We'll watch the video together tonight, and then we can always watch it again. But I'll rewatch
What time? Same time, like 6 a.m.?
Let's do like between 7 and 8. Like alarm go off at 7 like it did today. And then what we'll do tonight is rewatch the instructional video, and then we'll rewatch the PIO vlog, like the second half, for when I go over exactly like the process that we did last time that ended up working.
Okay.
You know, like heat, shot, heat, walking, like that type of thing. And I think we'll be set. Because I even forget what I suggested to everybody else for myself too.